We forever ended in a loop of hope and a new beginning. If our story flashed before my eyes, would I still want to walk into the restaurant that evening? When I caught a glimpse of you reading your self-help book, I told myself, what a cliché of a man. Could I have known back then that we would eventually become lovers from strangers and strangers again from lovers? We fell hard and fast, but it was beautiful and exciting. Do you remember those times? Our little adventures, also some really big ones. Our many, many walks, listening to Julien Doré on our drives, some Aya Nakamura and Dachu. Oh, we have discovered and done so much together. I keep asking myself, was it all worth it? I have thanked the universe for the rain because it was odd on a late November evening that rarely happens. We were meant to be, I told myself. I convinced myself. Then how did we end up here? How did our paths separate? Paths that crossed long ago as a sign of blessing, now I have to look at it as a lesson. If we had made it, it would have been an incredible tale to tell, don't you think? It would have been one of a kind, inspirational and hopeful. It would have made everyone believe in love and fate again. We lost and found each other many times. Every time I closed the door on you, a little window in my heart had hoped for your return. Return of the man I had once met. The man that made my heart so happy, the man I felt safe with, the man I counted on for everything, the man I told every one of my friends. That's him. I'm telling you, I found him. I wonder if you remember us the way I do. Have you met the man I've made of you inside my head? You'd fix things saying, I'm an engineer, remember? I'd get cold and you'd say, I can make my body warm whenever I want, and warm me up. And that was really strange. How did you do that? You said it was a gift from your paternal grandfather. You'd not let anyone or anything hurt me. You'd even get mad at a mosquito trying to bite me. You'd memorize the shade of the lipstick I wanted to buy on my birthday. You'd buy me 1,000 presents. You'd slip in a note inside my luggage without my notice. You'd always show up with flowers. You'd always want to hold my hand. And the way you looked at me, oh baby, I couldn't imagine one day we would lose our way. Now I lie down on this bed with a soft shell-shaped light over my head, wondering, how did I turn you into my enemy? The day you left, I was inconsolable, broken, but with time my vision got clearer and the war inside my head stopped. I could finally see the picture crystal clear. There are many things that my mind pushed back into the darkest alley so that I wouldn't get hurt. I lived in survival mode for so long. I was put on a fight or flight to protect myself because you showed me the safe place in your arms, then ripped it off. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't anymore count on you. I started thinking so much that there was a hole in my head, remember? My friend asked, you wanted to be his bride. How come a wonderful man like that? How come he is making you choose between your happiness and pride? I pushed you away. I know I did. I shut myself off. I never blamed you for the things you did. I was heartbroken because you didn't tell me about it. What you did wasn't okay. My mind was at war with my heart to justify, but you know how I am. Honor is everything to me. I do wish I was kinder to you, though. I do wish I could hold your face again and tell you how much I appreciated you. I just wanted to meet the man I consoled who cried like a little boy at his friend's wedding because the shirt didn't fit and the tie wasn't right. I reminded him of how amazing he was and how proud I was of him. He has been through so many challenges in life and he's victorious today. He doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. He's enough. I loved him just the way he was. I wanted to meet the man I learned new recipes for. He's vegetarian, but fish and eggs are okay. I must learn to make vegetarian dishes even though it's not my forte. The prawn curry, matar paneer, pasta without chicken, pizza without pepperoni. He has a sweet tooth. I must learn to make sweet dishes. Panna cotta, tiramisu, creme brulee. Do you remember I cooked an Indian sweet dish with carrots and you hated it? I was so mad. He likes sweets. He likes veggies. How come he doesn't like this? I promised to give birthday presents to you because you never celebrated your birthday growing up, and I always wanted to make the day the most special day for you. It's your day after all. I wanted to meet the man whom I brought mangoes for all the way from India and his favorite snacks. I would do anything to make him happy because my happiness was everything to him. How did we start to misunderstand each other so much? Your actions planted a seed, and it started growing like a weed. You tried to cut me off, and I bled. It became difficult for you, so you fled. I couldn't do it alone. I needed help. I couldn't speak of how much I needed you because I didn't feel safe. The war in my head wouldn't stop. The visions, the voices, the thoughts, the nightmares. I could never understand how you loved me so deeply yet hurt me so brutally. I wanted to write us like Jane Austen, but here I am turning this memoir chapter into my biggest lesson. I learned a lot though. I learned about my attachment style, my traumas, my love language, my needs, my wants, my boundaries. You have taught me many things. Patience, being nicer to people even though I'm kind, but I just smile more now. And I'm no longer afraid of dogs. I love them. I always loved how you were so affectionate towards animals, and your curly hair and your smile, it's vivacious, really. I remember you wanted to write our story in the journal I gifted you. Do you still journal? I wonder. Do you wear the cufflinks or the shirts or the tie or the coat? I hope you haven't lost the new bookmark yet, or yourself again. You're on a big mission. You haven't come this far only to come this far. Always remember that. The man I once knew never gave up. He loved challenges. His whole life has been a challenge, and he's always triumphant. He conquers the way he once conquered my heart and swept me off my feet. He was my knight in shining armor. Well, I wouldn't say anything to you anymore. We wouldn't talk over the phone. I wouldn't wait for your call or the man who used to say things like, I will hold your hands. We will do this together. I will be there for you. Or, we will be together even when it's a blur. He isn't coming. He said he wanted to. He wished that he could, but we all know if he wanted to, he would. He's never going to be just outside. He will never hold flowers for me. He'll never ring my door or bring me a ring. He has given up. He has let me go. I also let him walk out the door. No more excuses to come back to me. I couldn't show him the love I had for him, nor could he be the man he used to be. What has happened, happened. We can't change the clock. It is what it is. I wish we had built something on vulnerability, authenticity, and love, but you know what? I'm happy for you. I'll forever be happy for you, just the way I know you'll be happy for me too. It's not the story I wanted to write about us, but it is the story we have lived. We'll never watch another sunset together. We'll never spend another Christmas together. We'll never ever go on a walk together. We will never play a game together. We'll never watch a movie together. We will never cook together or live together. We will never laugh together. We will never go on an adventure together. All the things I said I terribly regret. I don't believe this is who you are. Maybe you were just a little stuck and needed a little push. I wanted to give you my hand to get you out of the river, but I was drowning in it too. The hurt made me blind. I was covering for my own pain too. You made the right decision, the wise choice. I couldn't have done it, you know. But now I know myself better. I didn't recognize the woman I was turning into, the prettiest bloom in the garden withering. She was once the brightest and happiest, and now her heart needs mending. Perhaps in the perfect world, in a parallel universe, you don't leave me and I don't leave you, and we have our happy ending.